folks, and welcome to Brick Talk TV Live, and welcome to the third stream in our set around the Razor Crest build. If you've joined me over the previous two streams, you would have seen us build the 13 bags first, and we've got to this stage now of the ship. So we're going to pick up today from bag 14 and make our way through. Apologies for the delay in getting to the third stream, but with the heat in the UK being too much, decided not to stream the last few weeks, and also had a cold as well, which didn't help. So I'm still getting over the cold, but we're going to plough on today. So as I said, we're picking up from bag 14. There in the first box for this set, there's 19 bags, so we'll try and get at least the first box complete today, and then we'll do our follow-up streams next week and the week after to try to get this set done. So let's crack on, opening up bag 14 and going into the zoomed build mode. And here we go, we got bag 14 here, just a few bags, just to see as well. You can see from the top of where we got to. So we've got quite the centerpiece here. At the end of the last stream, we started to put the sides on to our chassis here. So we're going to continue to add a bit more detail to the side of the ship. So lots of tiles and jumper tiles for this one. And as you can see from the instructions, we're going to build some more, two of these external pieces on the outside of the ship here, as you can see. So like some guns, look like guns I think sticking out the side maybe. So let's crack on, and we'll get, first off, this 2x10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2x12 piece here. We're going to stick a 1x2, if I can find it, tile on the end here, and then we're going to add a couple of upward facing brackets into the top as well, and we're going to stick some 1x1 tiles onto those brackets too. So there's the tiles, these are brackets. So these are going to go underneath the tile on each side facing out, and then we're going to cover these studs up here with these 1x1 tiles on each side as well. Then we're going to add some 2x4 plates. First one is going to go across here like this, and then the other one is going to go horizontal across. Then we're going to add some detail on the front of these studs here. So we've got a couple of 1x2 jumper tiles, and we've got a 2x2 modified with 2 studs. That's going on as well. So we'll put our jumper tiles on first, and then we're going to put those on too. What I'm going to do is, before I get any further, is I'm going to try and build the other one at the same time. So we'll go back and get another 2x12 out here, hunt down that 1x2 tile again, then we're going to get some upward facing brackets again, and then our 1x1 tiles too. Then we'll get our 2x4, this one at the back, and then this one going crossways. Then we'll stick some jumper tiles on. And our 2x2 modified too. So those both up to speed. We then need to add some more detail, firstly on the jumper tiles. So we get a 1x2 with a clip piece that's going to go on the jumper tiles. And then we're going to add some cheese wedges to the front here, where we've got this 2x4. And then next to those we get some 1x1 rounds with pins on as well. So we've got something like this. And with that in place, we're going to get 2 of these. I don't know what these pieces are actually called, but we get 2 of them, so that's 4 for both of these, and they're going to go after our 2x4. Just slot in there and there. Then with those in place, we're going to get these wedge pieces here, and we're just going to add these connected by 1 stud back to back to angle in the end of our shape here. So we're going to do that again. like that. We're then going to get a double cheese wedge, a couple of single ones. Just dropped on that one, a jumper tile, and a 1x2 plate as well. So we're going to stick the jumper tile here on the ends, got a double cheese wedge just behind it, followed by our plate, and then our single cheese wedges are going to go either side here to give us a sloped end just on there, and then we'll just repeat that again. I did pick up a Krusty burger set as well, so we'll do a live stream build of that in a few weeks, and we've still got the Mario Kart with the standard kart stream to go as well, so that'll be coming on the channel once we've got the Razor Crest done. So that one is now done as well. Then we've got to stick a 1x1 with a clip on it, and one of these pieces too. We're going to stick the clip piece on our jumper tile here, and then we'll stick this piece at the front there, so we've got this little flick up piece there going at the front. And then to finish this off, we've got these couple of these clip pieces. We've got a 3-length rod and we've got a handlebar. Stick these into the handles, and then this one goes in this end and this one goes in this end. Then we do that again for the other one. So with those both done, this is actually going to go into the feet. So these pieces that we finished last week. So the angled piece. So we're going to stick this piece in here. Hopefully. What else does it go? Let's actually have the set turned upside down. So let's do that. If things are going to fall out turning it upside down, let's find out. And then it has, with the slope piece at the back here, we've got the longer piece going in, and then this sits in there. Ooh. Something fell out, and then we do that. So we're lining up these two there with these two here to give us the feet for the ship. And then while we're here as well, we'll scroll down the front here, and then we're going to put these inverted 1x3, 4 of these in. So we've got 2 here at the front, going there, and then we've got 2 at the back as well, which go in here. And with those in place, in these holes that we've got now, we're going to stick some Technic claws. Stick those in the front ones and the back ones. And then we've got these shield pieces here, and we clip these on there and on the back too. And I'm guessing we're going to build the foot that goes in there, so I'll just slide this up over upside down, and then for that foot we get this 2x2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to add our jumper tile to the end of that, and the same thing with the upward facing brackets going in each end. and then we're going to stick a 1x1 tile on those studs. Followed by a 2x4 plate under here, and then we've got our two of these. Then on the top here we're going to add another jumper tile to this end. We then stick a 1x6 plate, two of those next to each other. At the end we put another double jumper tile, not jumper, sorry, double cheese wedge, and then we've got our wedges at the end here as well. Then we'll stick another jumper tile here, and then we'll stick some single cheese wedges on each side. Then we'll stick our flicky up piece again on the end there, and then on this jumper tile here we've got our clip plate going in there like that. Then we'll add a 1x2 plate, double cheese wedge this end, another 1x2 plate just behind that, and then we'll stick our 1x2 with a clip in the end. Then we're going to add another 1x2 plate on the existing ones. Then with that done, we're going to get an axle here. We get two 1x2s with these cross holes in, and we get one of these pieces here. Can add the axle through the bottom hole here like this. Oh, some thunder and lightning going on that side now. And then the two bricks go together like that. That's going to sit in the middle here, upwards, and then we're going to stick some 2x2 pieces here to form like this. I may have to jump up in a minute if it does start to pour down because I've left the skylight open. So then we get some handlebars here. I'm going to stick these clips in, add one in this way, angle it in, on the other side as well, angle that in like this, and then going across the top here we'll stick another axle piece in, part way through like this, and then into each of those we're going to stick these pieces here. So you can see how this looks like the front foot for the ship, and that's what we're going to do now. So we'll bring this back in here. We're going to put these pieces now through here, make sure I get it the right way around. That's going to slot in there now, so you heard that little click. So that's in place now, so that's the front foot and the two rear feet in place. Now we're moving on to bag 15. I'm going to leave the ship upside down because I don't know which way around we're going to go next. And we might be doing some more of the inside of the ship now, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Hey Brandon, welcome to the stream. Hope you're good. So first off we get a 2x6 plate. We're going to add a 1x2 plate to it, one with a handle and one regular. So for the black one with our handle piece, and then a regular 1x2. And these are going to go in the middle here, so we're going to stick handle piece on there, 1x2 behind, then we'll cover that with a 2x2 plate. So it goes on top of those two plates like that. Then we're going to add 2 jumper tiles on top of that plate, going crossways like this, one there, and one here. Put that to the side, and then we're going to pull out a longer wedge piece here, and then on the end here we're going to stick a downward facing bracket and a 1x1 plate as well. It's not a 1x1 plate, where's the 1x1 plate? So we'll stick the 1x1 on first on the end, then our downward facing bracket goes on top. Then onto that we stick an upward facing bracket in dark bluish grey, as well as a 1x1 round with a pin as well. So the round one with the pin goes at the back, and then an upward facing bracket goes on the front there like that. Then we're going to stick that into what I would call a T bracket. But into the back of that we're going to stick an inverted 2x2 tile, if you like, so we stick those together. Then we're going to stick our wedge on top. Then on the front of that we're going to stick a 2x2 tile in dark bluish grey. And then this is going to sit on the end of our piece like that. Then with that done we get another wedge, and we basically do the same thing by the looks of things. So we stick a single 1x1 plate on, and then a downward facing bracket, then we have our 1x1 round with a pin, and then an upward facing bracket goes on top too. Then again stick that on the side, get our T-shaped bracket, going to stick our inverted 2x2 in the back, stick our wedge on the front, and then we'll stick a dark bluish grey 2x2 tile on the front, and then this can go on the other side. So now we've got something that looks like this, like a doorway. Then across the top here we're going to stick a 1x4 tile to connect the two together, and all those brackets gone in. Then we'll stick this to the side. We then need a 2x6 plate again. We're going to stick a Boolean bar ingot at the end there, and then we're going to stick 2 more in, connected by 1 stud on each side. Then we're going to get some 1x6 plates in black, stick those to the ingot. And then we're going to alternate between a 1x4 tile and then ingots down here to make like a floor cover perhaps. Could be a doorway, maybe it's a door, let's see, So that's covered there. Then we're going to finish off here with another 1x4 tile, if I can find it. We're going to stick a 1x2 plate that's got 2 clips in the middle here, so like this, and it's going to go at the bottom of our door, whatever this is. Then we'll flip this over. We're going to stick a 2x4 black plate across what we've just added, like this, and then we're going to add this to our frame. So there's our handle piece there and our clips. Going to stick those on and put it at the back there like that, so it could be a ramp maybe, or a doorway. And then yeah, we're going to sit this into the ship. So let's see if I can flip this ship back over now. Now we've got the feet on. I've just sort of pushed that off a little bit there. Let's check that. And then this is going to go in. Where is this going to go in? I think it's going to go the other way. It's going to go on, can't see it, on this 1x2 plate in there by the looks of things. So I think it's going to go in there. Also earlier the jetpack fell out, which is supposed to be on this stud here. Let's put that back on. So that's in position, I think. Slide that to the side. Next we're going to build 2 of these next things together. So we get a 1x2x5 block. We're going to get a couple of 1x3 plates. There's one. There's another. So these are going to go into the base. 1 stud overhang. Then onto this 1 stud overhang we're going to add a 1x1 plate, and then a 1x1 modified and a third there with the 2 studs. Like that. Then we're going to stick an Erling brick on top of that, followed by another 1x1. Whoa! Smash that across the room. Let's try that again. So added that Erling brick and the 1x1 on. Let's see if I can do it this time without smashing it up. Erling brick and our plate. Oh, welcome German Panda. Welcome to the channel. Then we're going to add a 1x1 and a third again with the studs on the side, just on top of our plate that we just added. So that builds up that side. Now we're at the same level here, so we're going to add a 1x2 plate with a clip on it to attach this row here, and then we're going to add another 1x1 plate just behind this clip as well. Do the same on this one. And then on the Erling bricks and all the things that we've got down here, we're going to actually also add, before I get to that, a tile on top here to cover these studs up. And then we're going to add on these studs here some tiles. Well, first a grill, it's going to go on the bottom one. Then in the middle one we've got a 1x1 trans green tile on the Erling brick. And then on the last 2 studs we should have, hopefully, a printed tile with some computer interfaces on. Somewhere. There's one. Where's the other one? There it is. And these are going to go on there and there like that. Put those to the side. Then we get a 1x1 plate and a 1x1 downward facing bracket. Snap these together. And then we're going to stick a 1x1 with a bar on top. Yeah, German, it does take it's going to take a lot of space. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the space to display it either after I built it, but I'll have to see if I can jiggle some sets about. Then we put a 1x1 there with a clip. We're going to put then a longer downward facing bracket piece on. That's going on the side there to align with those brackets, and on those we're going to stick a 1x3 plate on the side. Then we're going to stick a 1x1 round with a pin in the middle stud, and then a couple of the semicircle pieces either side here and there. Then we also at the bottom we're going to stick an inverted curved piece, so one of these with also a semicircle piece pushed on there. That's going to go in the base there like that. Then on the top we stick another curved piece to mimic the bottom, so we end up with something like this. We need to do two of these actually, because we'll need to, which I didn't see, so let's do another one for each. Goes in there, 1x1 bar, 1x1 clip. Then we'll stick this inverted one on the bottom again and a normal one on the top. And then these go into the clip at the top like this by the looks of things. And then we get stickers. So we've got stickers 8 and 9. So we've got some bounty people that have been captured, stuck into some lead. These go on each side here. These are going to go in the back of the ship, I guess. Yep, so bring back in the view from our ship, and these are going to clip into these handle pieces here. So we've got one there. And one in here. That one will go in. So there, the cargo is loaded. So that's that done. Moving on. We're now going to get some 1x2 by 1/3 pieces here. 4 of these are going to stack on top of each other. He's got studs all the way around. And then we're going to add some dark red 1x8 tiles, run down each side here to connect them together. Then on the end studs here, we're going to stick a 1x2 plate. And then on top here, we're going to put some dark tan pieces. So we've got a cheese wedge there, and we've got a jumper tile there. We'll have a panel piece at the ends, a couple of jumper tiles going sideways here, and then we'll get 3 1x2 tiles to fill in the remainder of the studs. Then on top of this jumper tile, we're going to stick a trans blue, light blue piece here to make a cup or drinking vessel. This is going to go, bring the ship back in near the front. This is going to go, by the looks of it, underneath here and slot in somewhere. Ooh, I missed a bit there, got to put a grill in. It looks like there's a grill. What was that? Oh no, it's from the other one. Right, so my fingers are too fat for this bit. But that slots in just in there in a bit of a blurry way. Then we're going to do some doors. Again, slide this out of the way. We're going to get a 2x8 here. Going to stick a couple of 1x4 panel pieces on, and one set of rows of studs. Then we've got a door frame here. We've got this light bluish grey door as well. Onto that, we're going to stick a 1x1 round with a pin as well. It's going to go on 4 studs there. Then we'll do another door facing the opposite way. Same way here. There's our doors. Put that to the side. We'll get a 2x6 tile here in dark bluish grey. Then we're going to get 4 of these 3x4 plates with studs running down the middle, and we're going to add 1 stud each, like this. Then at each end get a 1x6 tile here, and line it up. Then running across the back, we'll stick a 2x8 plate as well. That from wobbling about. Then here on these studs that we've got left, we're going to stick some black 1x1 clips on. Two there, one there, one there, one over here, and this is going to be where we stack our weapons. So we've got various guns, 3 of these guns, we have a longer, bigger gun, and somewhere a silver one. So silver one clips in there. And the larger one clips in this way. And our smaller black ones clip in there. This is going to slide down the back of our door, so we can open these up and get our weapon stores. I'm not done yet. Put that to the side. Another 2x8. Flip that over. Get a reddish brown 1x6. Run that running across the top Then we're going to get some thick ring plates. Going to add a curved 1x2 to each of these. And that's the right way. No, that way round. My orientation right in a second. Goes that way. This one goes this way. Then with that in place, we then get these panel pieces. And with this stick ring we can stick them into that stud there. Like this. And then this is going to sit on top, into the top of our doors there, like that. So now should be fixed in place for our guns. On these studs here we're going to add some tiles just to smooth them up, so we've got a couple of corner tiles. Going to stick a jumper in the middle, these ones. Then we've got a, hopefully, a 2x4 tile, which is, hey, welcome to the channel, thanks for subscribing. So then we're going to cover that up there with that, and then on this stud here we get a 2x2 tile which is going to go in here, and then we're going to stick a sticker, which is sticker 14, it's just on top of that cabinet there, like that. And then this piece, if we bring the ship back in, can go another way round. Let's rotate this round. It's very big now, don't want to drop it. This goes around this side, and then it's going to sit on the opposite side here, where we've got two studs as well. So now we've got the cupboard in there with all the weapons. So now back to some outside cladding, I guess, or some armour for the ship. Going to get a 1x4 here. Going to get a cutaway piece sloped over there. Stick a 2x6 tile on top of those three studs that are left. Then we should have a wedge piece that we're going to stick on here. That's the wrong side, hang on. This is the cutaway piece we want. That's it. That goes on there. Then we have a 1x3 plate that goes underneath as well. And then a 3x3 plate that clips into that tile too. Then we've got another 4x3 here. 1x3 tile as well to cover these studs up. Then we've got a longer 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2x12 goes underneath. And then on that we're going to continue these 3x4s. And then we have a 2x3 in the middle there. Then we're going to add a 3x3 at the end. Stick a 1x3 tile across there. And if we flip this over, we're going to get two of these medium nugget 1x2s with clips on. Then got 4 inverted curved pieces, and we've got a 1x2 plate too. So our 1x2 plate goes at the ends. Then here we're going to add our inverted pieces to our clip. First one goes in there. And our next one is going to go down the end here like that. Then we'll run a 1x12 all almost the full length there, but we'll add a 1x1 plate to finish that full length there. Then over this side we'll stick another 2x3 here, and then we've got our inverted sloped piece. It's on the end there. Slide this back in. This piece is going to clip onto these handle pieces here, so we're going to stick these on there like that. That's where sort of the wings are going to come in with the engine. So that's that side. Guess we'll do the same for the other side now. Same approach for this side, but in mirror reverse. Flip this back over, and then we've got our clips again with our inverted pieces. Stick our 1x12 down there with our 1x1 at the ends, and again stick our 2x3 there with our inverted sloped piece there. And this goes on our other side. So again, just stick these on there, and then we can angle that out, ready for more building of our wings. That's the end of bag 15. Crack open 16. We're going to build some more insides now. We're even going to get bag 16. We're going to get Grogu. So Baby Yoda's coming. So we'll go up to bag 19 today to finish this first box. So 3 more bags to do after this one. So first up is Baby Grogu. So we've got his body here, and then his head is separate. So it's got to squeeze his little head on there, which is a bit of a rubbery head, not solid plastics. There he is. Make his little baby carrier thing in a second as well. So we start with a 2x4. Onto that we're going to stick one of these large Z-shaped pieces, and then we'll stick another one next to that as well. Coming across the top we've got this double jumper tile here, 2x4, and we're also going to stick in a black 1x1 plate with a clip on it. Onto that we'll stick a 1x2 tile and a 1x2 regular curved piece if I can find them. Let's have a look. There's our tile piece, and then there's inverted curved pieces, but I need a normal one. Which I can't find. Aha, there it is. So our curved piece goes on there to secure the clip, and then our 1x2 tile just goes on there. Then we need a 4 by 6. I'm just going to add that onto the Z-shaped bracket pieces here, and then we're going to cover these pieces up. So we get a 1 by 6. We have a 3 by 3 plate, which is going to go down here. Then we'll stick a dark tan 1 by 2 plate up here. A couple more of these as well. So we've got one up here, one across. There you go, 1 by 6 onto there. Then we're going to get two 2 by 3 plates in dark bluish grey. They're going to go onto our 1 by 6 like this. Then we're going to add this 2 by 12 on with a 1 by 1 here to level this off. We'll get a 2 by 6 coming across, and then on the bottom here we're just going to stick a 2 by 2 to level that base up. Then we get a 4 by 4 plate somewhere. It's going to go in here. Then another 2 by 2. Just going to go in this corner here, and then a 2 by 3, which is going to stick out there. Then another 2 by 3, and a 2 by 2 goes in the base, and then this one goes on top. Then we're going to add some tiling here to this floor. So we need a 1 by 6, a couple of 2 by 3 tiles, one by 1 plate, 1 by 1 tile, 1 by 2 as well. So we start with a 1 by 6 here, need another one of those as well. These go running across here, 2 by 3 here on each side, 1 by 2 there, 1 by 1 there, and in there. Then we're going to get a 2 by 2 tile, a couple more 2 by 3s, 1 by 1 around with a pin as well, but in light bluish grey. Somewhere, where are you? There you are. That's going to go onto our 1 by 1 stud just in there. Then we're going to run 2 by 3s down here. 2 by 2 goes in there. Then we'll put this to the side. We're then going to get a 1 by 2 with the rounded ends. Going to stick that into a 1 by 4 plate in the middle. Then we'll stick another 1 by 2 at the end. And then we'll stick another 1 by 1 plate on top to cover that up. Then we get another 1 by 4 plate, but we also get a curved plate like this. It's going to go on the end with the 1 by 4 going down there. Then we're going to add a 1 by 4 tile and also a macaroni tile too. And that goes into a T bracket, which we're going to stick a 1 by 1 plate on, and then the other way around. Nope, hang on, turn that off. That on the other stud, like that, and then we put our curved piece in the other one like this. Then we get another T piece here. We're going to get a 1 by 2 brick, a regular one. We also need a 1 by 2 tile as well. We're going to brick to the bracket and then stick our tile over the top. This then sticks in there like so. Then around the back here we're going to add some inverted curved pieces. And another 1x2 rounded ends goes in the middle, and then our inverted piece this side. Then into the rounded piece we're going to stick 2 Technic claws in black, our clips. That's going to sit here to form something like this, gives a bit of a doorway. Then we get 2 1x4 plates, stick them together by 2 studs. We'll stick a 1x1 plate underneath there, and then again we've got our curved plate. We go in the top. 1x4 tile again, macaroni tile 2. This is the other side of the doorway. Then we've got our T bracket, stick that on with a 1x1 plate as well. Then same again with the T bracket, going to add our 1x2 brick to the bottom with our tile on top, and then we can slot that into position there, and then this can go on the other side. You can see how that's forming a doorway there. Then to connect these two we're going to get a downward facing bracket. We're going to stick some trans clear 1x1 round tiles on these brackets here. These are going to go above the doorway. That goes here to connect these two together, and then in the back we're going to stick a 1x2 with the rounded ends as well. So it looks like this. And if we flip this over, we're going to get a 2x8 here. It's going to run down the underside here. Then back on top here we're going to get some upward facing brackets. We've got a couple of skinny ones here and the regular ones as well. We're going to stick these after this walkway on each side. So it looks like this. And onto those we're going to stick some 2x3 tiles to cover the studs up. Then we're going to make the door that's going to go into this doorway. For that we get this dark red 2 semicircles here. We're going to stick a 4x4 onto those like this. Then at the top here we're going to stick some 2x2 round pieces. We'll then stick some cutaway tiles in the top. This one. And then we'll stick some quarter circle tiles in the top to cover that last stud up. Then we have some more cutaway tiles here. Some dark red 1x2 tiles as well. 2x2 tile. Then we'll flip this over. We'll get 2 1x2 handle pieces. And a 1x2 plate 2 just on the end. and then we'll stick some inverted 2x2 curved pieces on the back to secure them into position, like that. This is our doorway, and then we can clip this into these Technic claws that we added before, so then we can just close that, and then you can see that's the doorway going in there. Let's put that to the side. You get a 2x4 here, going to stick some corner brackets on here, or plates even. And we get a 2x6. Going to add a grill to the end. Double jumper tiles there. That's going to clip into the end here. Then we've got some more jumper tiles. These 1x3 ones. Go on each side there. Flip this over. We get some yellow 1x1 rounds pieces. They go in there. Flip this back, and on these jumpers we're going to add these red chairs. Come then like the pilot. This is then going to add in our studs here. So now we've got this area forming. Then we're going to add these blue pieces here, and then add this ice cream piece. That's going to sit in a dome. This of course was from the like that. So that sits in there. Next up we get a white 2x2 plate. We're going to add a light bluish grey 1x1 on. A couple of these bright orange 1x1s with studs on two sides. On this side we're going to stick a white ingot on. Then we have a jumper tile here. A couple of inverted or a inverted curved piece, which will then stick white 1x1s with studs on two sides. Then we've got who's going to be sitting in the course. This is the curved pieces with our 1x2 with sliders on. They go each side here. Slider facing down. At the back here we stick our headrest, and at the front here another ingot to cover up the studs, and then like this. And then we're going to stick this dish into the base, and then we can stick Goguru into the jumper tile. So there he is. And he's going to sit. He's going to hover, stick it back there. Like so. Then that can go now inside our ship. Again at the front. So bring this back in here where we've got the pilot there. We can now hopefully sit this in here somehow. Let's figure this out. This way. We're going to go that way. It comes in there. So that sits just in there. So those are the passenger seats. And then we could be able to take this out to get access to the lower levels if we need to. So now we'll do the pilot seat. So for that we're going to get a turntable and an insert, snap them together. We'll then get a couple of 1x2 plates with clips on. Onto that then we'll stick some modified dark red 2x2s. That's the base of the seat, and then for the back of the seat we'll get a inverted 2x2 round. We're going to stick our 1x2 with a clip on one side, 1x2 with a handle the other. Then stick a couple of 1x2 dark red tiles in. That can then clip into our handles there. Goes at a right angle there. And then at the top for a little headrest we've got a little 1x1 handle piece. Goes in this clip. And then we'll stick a semicircle dark red piece there. Gives just the seat. So again, slide this back in. You can stick this into the jumper tiles. What we've got here, so there's our little pilot seat. Right, so that's that done on the inside. I think we're now going to move to a bit more detail around the outside. So we've got these, you can't quite see, we've got these little holes to fill in at the front. So we start with a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1 by 10, and then stick a 1 by 2 slope piece there, 1 by 1 by 8. Then we're going to get a 1 by 4 plate. We're going to add a ball joint connector on one side here, 1 by 2 and a third studs on the side there. Then we'll stick another 1 by 2 plate on top, and that's going to go in there. Then we'll stick a 1 by 4 brick in there, 1 by 1 tile, 1 by 4 tile, and a 1 by 1 plate to level that off. Then we have another sloped piece going in the top with a couple of 1 by 1 and a third pieces, one facing that way, one facing this way. We then add another one and a 1 by 1 brick as well. So we end up with something like this. Then we're going to stick a 1 by 2 plate here just to level this top piece up, and then we'll stick a 1 by 3 tile on top there. Then on this side here we're going to get another 1 by 4 plate, add a 1 by 1 tile to the top, 1 by 4 tile, and then a 1 by 1 plate into that to level that off. It's going to feed into there, and then we get a tan coloured 2 by 4 that just sits in there. Then with this positioned like this, we then can clip this into hopefully the front. So just angles in here. Guess we'll build another one for the other side now. Same approach. Hey Sierra, welcome to, hey Brandon, welcome to the, is it Brandon? Sierra? No. Welcome to the stream. Brandon, you changed your name, right? Sierra Waste Services Limited fan now. Welcome to the stream. Also welcome Random Quantum, I thought you said Brandon as well earlier, got confused. So now we put these on, we're going to stick another slope brick here, and then stick a 1 by 1 and a third here with studs on both sides. Then we'll stick another one on here, and then we'll stick a 1 by 1 brick in the middle there. Then we're going to stick a dark tan 1 by 2 plate on top, and then a 1 by 3 tile on top there to level that off. Then again on the side, 1 by 4 here. Add some tiles in. That goes on that side. And then we'll stick our tan coloured tile on here. Then with this piece we're going to go around the other side of the ship, and we're going to fill in the hole that's at the front here. So that's that just put into there as well. You can't quite see it. Let me just go to the wide camera, give you a better view. So we've added in the hole that was on this side, filled that in there now. So So this is kind of what we've got at the side now. It's looking all filled in, so it's looking quite good. As we finish that bag, into bag 17, where we're going to do a bit more of the top probably to cover some of this up. So let's crack open bag 17. So to start us off here then, we're going to need a wedge piece, and we're looking for a cutaway tile piece to go at the top here. Next up we need a 2x2 tile. We've got a dark tan 1x1, and we have a triangle piece too. So the triangle piece is going to go on the ends. 2x2 there, 1x2 in there. Then we need another 1x1 tile, which is going to go on in a second. First we stick a 1x4 plate in the end. That's where our 1x1 goes. Then we've got a 2x4 here, and then we need a 1x2 tile at the end. Then with that built, we've got a really long wedge here, and a 1x2, and we're going to add these to the ends there. Then we're going to cover all these in tiles. So for that we need 4x4, 3 2x3s, and a 2x4, if I can find one, which I can't. There it is. So start off with a 2x4, and our 4x4 goes on. Then we'll stick 3 2x3s on. We've got a slight overhang there, to which we add another wedge. So there we go, added that on. Then we're going to get some stickers here. So on these two 2x3s we need sticker number 10. There, and stick at 11. Gone on there like that. Then we're going to add some more tiles, of course. So we need a 1x8, 2x2, 1x2, and a couple of 1x1s. So start with our 2x2, run our 1x8 across, 1x1 at the end, 1 in there, 1x2 just in there. Then we'll flip this over and we're going to add in some brackets. So we need a downward facing single black bracket, and then we have some 6 of these other downward facing brackets, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are going to run across and down the inside here. So we've got all of those running there. Then we're going to flip around here, and then on the back here we're going to add a 1x5 plate. We'll have a 1x4, a 1x2, and a red 1x1 round. So we start with our 1x4 goes on, dark tan 1, 1x5 1, 1x1 round. Then we're going to add a 1x12 plate. We've got another ball joint connector somewhere, and we also have a 2x2 ball joint itself. So the 2x2 ball joint piece goes on there, then we run this piece across, and then this ball joint connector goes on there. Then we have an inverted 2x2 here to select those together, and then we also add a 1x5, 1x5? No, 1x6 plates on top there. Then we're actually on these studs here, we're going to add some cheese wedges to give it a sloped appearance. So we start off with a single cheese wedge here, then we've got 4 double cheese wedges, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then a single grey one, then we've got a yellow one, all our stripes, another grey one, and another orangey yellow one. So those are done now, so we've got a bit of a slope there. Then put those to the side, we get a 1x2 plate here, going to add a single cheese wedge to it, and we're going to add a double one. And we'll add another, oh, that's a panel, I want a bracket. And another double cheese wedge. And a bracket piece. It's going to go, add that onto the end there. Put that to the side. Get a 2x6 tile. I'm going to add a 1x3 plate here. And then a wedge. Right angle. Let's see if we can find the right wedge. Maybe this one? Nope. Not that one. This one goes on there. We stick a 1x2 on, then another longer plate, flip this over. Excuse me. Need a 1x4 tile, 1x2. We're going to stick a couple of 1x1 tiles in. First one gets 2 stud gap. Leave another 2 stud gap and stick another one in. Then we get another 2x6, which is going to go on the end, and then we add a sticker number 1. It's going to be tricky because this needs to then run along the top half of that. We'll add another plate underneath like this. Oh, and we need to put a 1x1 under there. Then another tile 2x6, just a plain one this time, and a 1x2 facing that way. We flip this over, add some more here, so our 1x2 here. Down, piece in there. Then we have a turntable piece. There's the insert, there it is. It's going just after here. Then at the ends here we've got a corner plate, and then we're going to add a 1x4 plate across the top two there. And we've got a 2x3 tan, a ball joint connector, 1x2 plate, 1x4, reddish brown corner one. So we'll stick our 2x3 on first, then our ball joint goes in 1x2 behind that. So our right angle piece there, and another 1x4 there. Then we have our handle piece here. We've got another ball joint connector there. Need a 1x3 plate. And we have another inverted 2x2 round piece. That's going to go firstly onto our ball joint connector here, which we just added. Then we have this little handle piece. Then our ball joint connectors going on our turntable. And our 1x3 plate goes in there. Then we flip back round. And we need a panel piece. We need a steep sloped piece. Can't see at the moment. What else do we need? We need a 1x2 plate. We need a couple of tiles as well, a couple of plates. And then where's our sloped piece? There it is. So the sloped piece is going at the end here. Add that on there. So we've got something like this. Then we're going to add another wedge piece here. Stick a tile on that. We then have a cutaway. Not that one. The colourway, there it is. This one goes on here, and then this goes on a downward facing bracket piece here, and that we can connect in there. And under here we stick a 1x4 plate on to connect those together, and then these two pieces then need to clip together. So we've got something like this, which gives us this nice sort of slightly angled outside piece. And this is going to start to go around our sort of cockpit area. So just going to cover up this area here by all accounts. So clips in just there. We start to get that angled piece at the front. Now of course we're going to do the other side. So same approach, but it'll be mirror opposite this time. Moves in there, then we have another 1x4 here, got our 4x4, 3 2x3s, and a 2x4. 2x4s on first, and our 4x4, and our 2x3s. Then we have another wedge piece, add that on. Then we're going to add our stickers on, so 12 and 13 again. And we've got a 1x8, do a 2x2, got some 1x1s there, 1x2, so our 2x2 goes on first, and our 1x8, so that's all that. We flip this over. We're then going to do 2, 4, 5, 6. Add all these brackets in again, like we did last time. Then if we go behind again, we're going to stick some more plates in, so 1x4 here, 1x2, 1x5 in red, plus our little 1x1 rounds. Stick our ball joint in there. And here again we're going to put our cheese wedges, so we've got 2 of these orange ones, 3 grey ones, and then we've got some 4 double cheese ones. Add those in there. Then we're going to add a bit more in, as we did last time. Going to add to the end, continue those slopes moving down, and we get our 2x6s again. Add a wedge piece, a 1x4 piece as well, 1x3 sorry, and there's a 1x2 in there. And if we flip this over here, we're going to add a 1x4 tile, 1x2 tile, a couple of ones here, then we get another 2x6 to add to the end, and again we're going to add a sticker here, so we've got the 1x2 sticker. Run that across the top there. Then we'll add another plate and a 1x1 here. Continue to tile down this side, so another 2x6 here. 1x2 overlap, then flip this over. Add a 1x2 plate there, another 2x10 here, then a reverted 2x2 piece there. Turntable piece. Goes in next to that. Then we have our corner plate, which is going to go on the end. Then we add our 1x4 on top to secure that. Then we run a 2x3 there. We've got a ball joint here. Dark tan 1x2 behind it. We'll stick the corner plate on there, and then we have another 1x4 which runs on the end. Then we need a 1x3 plate, auto connector, inverted piece, 1x3, and a handle piece that's going on here. That one on there. Flip this back over again. We've got our 1x2 plate plus a tile. Then towards the back here, of course, we've got our panel piece, 1x2 piece, and then we'll add our steep sweep piece on the ends. Then we're doing the piece that's angled downwards. Goes on here. Then we'll stick another 1x4 to connect that together before we then bring these together to connect again. So we've got this angled piece here, and then we can add this to this side of the ship. That's added onto that side. So that's the end of that bag. Now we'll move on to bag 18. You can see we're going to do a large area of the roof with this one. As I mentioned earlier, we're doing 19 bags today. So this is our penultimate bag. So we start with a 6 by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and straight away we're just going to stick a couple of 2 by 4 tiles into the corners. One there. Then we'll run a 1 by 4 tile down there, and then if we can find them, we can grab a 1 by 1 to go on the inside here. Then we'll get another 6 by 10 plate, add that together. Then we're going to add some more detail here in the middle, so we need a 1 by 4, a few 2 by 3s, some 1x1s in dark tan and light bluish grey. We also need a 1x2, and so we stick our 2x3s in here, 1x4 across this side, using there. Then we get a 6x6 and a couple of 1x2 tiles as well. We're going to go either side here first, and then our 6x6 tile goes on there. Then we add yet another 6x10 onto that. A couple of more 2x6 tiles. It's going to run either side. And we want a couple of 1x4 tiles. We have 1x4s. Two by four. Got a couple of 1x2 grills. Couple of 1x1 tiles, and then we need cutaway ones. As well. So we start with the cutaway ones going in the middle here. Put our 1x1s in those gaps. 2x4 then. Grills either side. And we'll add another 6x on top. A couple of 2x6s. Some corner tiles. 4 1x2 tiles. And also 4 1x1 tiles. So we're going to run the 2x6s down here, finish them off with 1x2s, go on the inside here as well, 1x1s on, 1x1s also at the end of our grills here. We've got a 2x16, also one in the middle here, and have 3 studs overhanging. And we've got a 1x8, a couple of 2x3s, some 2x2 plates, and some 1x4. So we'll flip this over. We'll run with, hey Benny, welcome to the stream. We'll run with this 2x8 down here. Then we're going to have 1x4 from the other side there. We'll also stick our white 2x3s in, and then 2x2s go in there. Then we've got some 1x4 plates in black. They're going to go on top of our dark tan ones. Then we need some jumper tiles, a couple of those in 1x2. That's an upward facing brackets. And we need some 1x2 plates as well. So to start with, we'll stick our 1x2 plates in here. Then on our brackets, we're going to add our jumper tiles. Then we're going to stick these at the ends either side here as well, so we end up with something like this. Then we've got a 2x4 plate, 1x2 with a slider on. We have a 2x2 with our circle pieces here, which we're going to stick a Technic pin into. That's going to go in the middle here, followed by our 2x4 and then our slider piece. Then we have two inverted 2x2 tiles that are going to go over here. We have another white 2x3, we're going to add dark orange 2x2 there, followed by a 1x2 ball joint connector. Which goes on there. I'm going to add these on the white ones, so we've got 2 lots of these. And this one on this side. I don't know, Benny, how I've not built the X-Wing one. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure you'll do a good job. Then we're going to stick our 1x4 green bricks on here. Then we're going to get 2x4s plates. Going to stick 2x3 whites on. Then we've got our ball joint going on there at the ends, followed by our 2x4s again, and then we can add these just at the end here. Then we've got some inverted sloped red bricks. We've got a dark orange 2x2 and a 1x2 slider. We're going to add the red inverted pieces next to what we just added, followed by our slider, and then our 2x2 goes on. Then we've got more green 1x4 bricks and an inverted 2x2. This is just going to go along here, followed by some bright red 1x6s and 4 navy coloured 1x5s. So these are going to go to form a right angle up here, and our yellow plates go on. Then we get this 2x8 here, and then run a 1x8 across the back, followed by a 4x8 plate, and then we'll flip this over, and then we'll add some 2x8s on each side. One stud overhang, and that's going to go on the end here. Then we're going to add a dark orange and another inverted piece. It's going to go in there to connect those together. And then if we flip this over, we then have 1x4, a couple of dark orange 1x3s. That. And then we need some roller skates. So we've got 4 roller skates. 2. So we're just coming up to we're just finishing bag 18, Benny, on this one. And that's, how many did I say that is? There's 19 in this first box, so we've got a few more to go. How did I add this wrong end? I think I did add this wrong end, which means I've built the... No! Don't you hate it when that happens? I've turned this over the wrong side. Oh! I need to do a quick rebuild. No! this over quick. I think basically I've put everything the wrong way around. Oh, this is never fun when you've got to rebuild something. So, basically all this stuff I've put underneath is the wrong way around. All this needs to be the other end. Let's start that again, quick, shouldn't take too long. So, this really long piece needed to go 3 studs over this end. This was my first mistake. So it's this end, then I flipped it over, and we'll add another one down here. So that goes like that. These go like that. We then have our pieces like that. This goes on here. This one goes on this side. That goes in here. That goes in there. Done those. The green pieces go in. Then we've got our 2x4 pieces that go in. We've got our red pieces go either side, green pieces, yep. And our yellow piece go across first. Hopefully this is the right way around. I'm going to build it again. Then we've got this. And I added it to this end. And we'll stick this on here. Then we flip this over. This is where we got to. Be the right way around now. So these go in the middle. Got our roller skates going on each end. And then in the middle here, we're going to add our 1x2 sliders on the end. Then we've got couple of 1x2 tiles. We've got a couple of cheese wedges. We have a graduated piece there, male and female piece, and then we've got the 1x1s. So then up here we're going to add our tiles to our roller skates. They're going to have cheese wedge going into them. Then we have a 1x1. And we have our graduated piece here. And then we have the insert that goes into that to go in the middle. Then we've got a couple of upward facing brackets and some single ones. These are running down either side. Then we've got some 1x4 tiles, a grill piece and a jumper piece. Jumper piece go in the middle. Then we'll run the 1x4 tiles down here, and then our grill also goes on that centre piece here. Then we've got some more cheese wedges. We then have another graduated piece here and a roller skate. This roller skate goes on this jumper tile here. Then we stick a graduated piece here and cheese wedges either side. Then we've got some sloped grill pieces. Got some 1x1s with upward facing clips. And some regular 1x1s as well. Plates. I'm going to add the regular plates to the clips. These go into our first part of our brackets here on each side, and then our graduated slope goes either side too. Then we get two 1x2 jumper tiles and some more roller skates. I'm going to add the roller skates to the jumpers. They're going to go in this centre piece here. Then we get one of these roof pieces. We're then going to add 4 roller skates again to the back here. The right way around. So there's our roller skates in there. That goes and sits on this piece here now. And then down here we're going to add some more pieces. We've got a teal coloured 1x2, we've got 3 grill pieces, a couple of 1x1 tiles, 2 1x1s with clips. Our 1x1 tiles go on first. Then we have our clip pieces and our grill piece. Teal piece goes just behind that, and then our grill piece either side here. Then we've got 2 1x5s. We then get 5 grill pieces. We have a 2x2 in dark orange. We have a black jumper tile. Couple more 1x1s, upward facing clips, and so we're going to run the 1x5 plates down the ends. Then we have 2 grills on each side too. Then our clip goes in. Then our 2x2, we have a grill piece at the back here, and then our jumper goes in the middle. Then we have a 6 length rod, a couple more jumper tiles and a 1x1 clip. That's going to go on our jumper tile there. Then we'll add some more here, and then our rod goes across the back. Let's stick that back on again. Another grill piece, and we've got a bucket handle as well. Bucket handle is going to go in this clip, and then our grill goes across the tiles there. Couple more clips and this insert here. I'm going to stick these on there like that. It goes onto our rod here. Then we get a 1x2 with some grooves on. Stick a 1x1 clip this way, and a downward facing bracket on top of that the other way. Then we have a 1x4 sloped brick, and we'll stick our grill piece on top. Got another groove brick to go in the base, followed by a 1x1 round as well on the end, and then into that we'll stick a handle bar to make something like this, and this is going to clip onto this piece here. Then we'll do the same on the other side. And then this one's going to clip on this side. Hopefully. That goes in there. Then we're going to get 2 wedge pieces here and add these to each side there. It's moving over a bit. Then we've got to flip this over, do this end, and then we've got these wheel pieces. So first piece, this larger piece goes in the middle, and then these wheels are going into the jumper tiles. And then we get a 1x2 plate just to stick in the gap in there. And then somewhere along the line we did end up with an extra inverted 2x2, but I messed that up here, which goes in there. So that's the end of that bag. So we're on our last bag for today, so bag 19. There's 2 bags in here. This will finish off our progress for today. So I'll put that one to the side a moment. And then we're going to go for a large wedge piece, not this one, one of these. Start with a 2x6 tile running across there. Then we'll add a longer, what is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1x12 across there. Then we've got a 2x4 tile and a 2x6. We had a couple of 3x3 plates just under here. 3. Then at the front here we're going to add some more tiles, so we've got a 1x1 going on there. Then we want a 1x4 running down here. Then we have our cutaway tile here, followed by another 1x1 in the middle. Then we have another wedge somewhere. Where are you? That's going to connect down here. We have a 4x4 tile there, and then a 2x3 tile as well, followed by 3x3 plate then underneath here. Then we have a 2x4. We have an ingot going on here as well, followed by another 3x3 to finish up the top here. Then it's a 1x3 tile. Where's the 1x3 tile in? What else do we need? We need a 1x1. We need a 1x2 grill piece. Another 1x1. Dark bluish grey. And then where's the 1x3? There it is. So 1x3 goes across. Then our 1x1s. Then our grill piece. Then we'll flip this over. I'm going to run a tan plate down here with a 1x1 round in red. Popped in there. Then we have a blue inverted 2x2. We've got a ball joint connector, a couple of 1x3s, and a 1x8. Stick the 1x8 in first, then a 1x3. Our ball connector goes in, another 1x3, and then our inverted 2x2 goes in. We'll stick another 1x8 across the top of those, and then we've got some inverted curved tiles here. These go right across here. Then we have a dark orange 2x2. We're going to add a ball joint connector to the 2 studs, then the 2x2 round ends at the back. Then we're going to have a turntable on top of that, and then we'll stick our insert into that. Where are you? There it is. So we'll stick that in there. That's going to stick on round about here. Then we've got some more 1x2 with the rounded ends. Goes in there. Then a red 1x1 going in here. Does that go across there? No, how does this work? Bit of guesswork here. Oop. It goes like that. No, it doesn't. These actually go in. Like that. Then we get a 6x6. Another cutaway set of tiles here. Then we have an ingot going in. 1x1 tile here. Then we've got some triangle ones. Then we want a 2x2 tile to go in here. We'll run a 1x4 tile across the base here. Then we've got these wedges, which I need to get the right way. So these wedges go in here. We've got a grill to go in, 1x2 grill down here as well. Then if we flip this over, we'll then get a 1x3. We've got a 1x2 slider 2 that's going to go in here. And we've got that going in there, one in here, that in there, this across there. And this goes in there, 4 here, red 1x1 round here. So I think that's how it's going. And then this gets joined to the end over here. Then we'll stick this on here, and this will go on there to connect those together. Then we get some orange Technic claws. One in there, one in there, one in here. Then we'll run a plate across the back here. Then we've got 6 1x1 facing up clips. 3, 4, 6. I'm going to stick these in between these gaps here. Then we'll get 3 handlebars and essentially just clip these into these clips. Like this. Put that to the side. We'll get this larger 2x16 piece here. Stick this 4x4 on. Then we'll add some tiling here. So we've got a 2x4, 2x6, 2x6, 2x4. Add a 1x8 underneath. And we'll stick another 4x4 on. 2x6 under here. 1x4. Got a plate and then a tile, and then we'll do a 2x4. Go in this way. And it's a corner plate there, and then a 1x2 with the rounded ends underneath. Then we'll stick another wedge across. Then we have Another inverted 2x2 round, which goes into a 1x4 tile with another wedge in. That goes on there to continue the slope. Then we'll flip this over. We've got two of these handle pieces, and then also another corner piece there, and these are going to go next to each other there. Then we've got a yellow 2x3, got a curved piece and another handle piece. These across here like that. And then we also have this wedged the right way, a wedge piece and a cutaway piece. And that goes on the end there. Then we add these two together. So these clip on like this. There's a bit of a gap there. Let's do that again. This actually goes on this way around, does it? Like that, so that closes up like this, and then these ball joints connect into that side there. So now we're ending up with a roof like this. And now we need to do the other side. So then we flip this over, then we're going to run our plate across the back again, and then have our red 1x1 round. Inverted slope brick, 1x8. Got our 1x3 yellow plates. Our ball joint connector. Another 1x8 across there, and then we've got our curved inverted pieces in whites that go across the top here. Then we get our turntable again. That's going on to dark orange piece in a second once we've put the ball joint connector on. And a 1x2 rounded ends goes in there. Then we've got another 1x2 rounded ends, red piece here, and Then we get our 6x6. Add in our triangle pieces. In there like that. Then we've got add our wedges in here. We have a grill piece as well. Flip this over this way. We'll need our 1x2 piece there. Add these round pieces in. Oh, let's go at the bottom. Got our 3 tenant claws like we did last time. They go in there, one in here, one in there. Then again, same in here. We're going to put the 1x1 clips in these gaps. And we'll run our handlebars across. So that's that part. Now the bit we're going to need to connect it to So just run that across there like that. And we'll flip this over again, stick our 2x3 plate on the end here. The corner at the end, and then we've got our 2 handle pieces next to each other there. Then we have another wedge here, or inverted piece. Stick our 1x4 on. Connects at the end there. Stick our other handle piece on here as well. Then we'll stick this inverted piece in there. Nearly there now. And then we can hopefully excuse me, then we can stick that on there, and then this can attach itself to that side. So that's that piece there. So if we flip this over, that's how the top looks now. So it's come together quite nicely, and you can see that this is going to go across the back of the ship. So if I bring the rear of the ship in, and this is actually the last part of book 2, so if we were using the paper books we'd be switching over. So this is going to sit on here now by all accounts. So it should sit on there somehow. Also, I've just noticed that I have a incorrect cheese wedge here at the back. Let's just swap that out. Is that it? Doesn't tell you how to attach it, just drops it on top here. Okay, so how does that go on? It goes on like that. As he snaps off the engine. I guess it goes onto those jumper tiles there in the middle. Doesn't seem a particularly snug fit. Was that it? I guess that's it. That's kind of it. I think that's it anyway. That's the end of the bag. And that's as far as we'll go today. So we'll go to the wide camera. So you can see now we've got the back roof on, although it's not attached properly. I need to figure out how that goes on. We've got all the legs now at the front and the back. We've got all the details inside as well. We've got Grogu in there and the cockpit, and we've added some more sidings to cover up the gaps. So that's it at the end of bag 19, which is the first box, and it's 2 books out of 3 in terms of the build journey. Main camera now, you can sort of see how that's starting to come together. All right, like that now. So that's it of the end of today's stream. So as always, if you enjoyed the stream, do hit that like button just so that I know you enjoyed it, and also keep an eye out for part 4, which will be continuing from bag 20 onwards now. So I think we've probably, I need to count how many bags are in the last box, but hopefully we're over halfway now. So a few more streams left on this, and then we'll move over to Mario Kart probably as the next set before we move on to Krusty Burger's place as well. So whatever you're doing for the rest of your weekend, enjoy yourself. Join me next time. Keep an eye on the channel for when that's going to be to continue this for part 4. So until then, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.